Hi everyone, let's talk about TNA Open Fight Night, which was a great show. Open Fight Night, I'm telling you guys, I'm so happy with this return. Let's talk about it, guys. So, the director of Authority, Santino Marella, welcomes us to the highly return of Open Fight Night, where all the issues, challenge must be answered, and stuff like that, guys, which was cool and stuff. And then we had the first match, Sinner and Sane Travis Williams and Julius Arcardis fences the Rascals. Train Manuel and Zachary Wentz fences the Great Hands. The Great Hands. Um, John Schuyler and Jason Hutch with Tasha Stills. With Tasha Stills fences the Systems. Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards with Alicia Edwards. Let's talk about it. So all four teams are putting it in all the line in hopes of discerning the important victory. And Train Winwell and Zachary Wentz score over the top rope and taking over their opponents on the outside. And Jason Hutch distracts the ref, allowing Skyler to illegally attack Myers onto the floor. And moments later, Order 4 remains in the control when Tasha Stills gets involved, and Brian Myers finally creates separation and makes the tag to Eddie Edwards. And the pace quickly see as Eddie Edwards brings the fight to John Schuyler, and then the Sinners and Sane deliver a double team offense to the Rascals, and Schuyler cuts off Icardis with a spear, and Brian Myers hits Schuyler with the roster kit roster with the roster cut and followed by a Boston knee party from Eddie Edwards, and that's how they won, and that's how the system defeated the right hands and center of Sane, which was good, guys. Let's talk about it again. I'll say it again. The system, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards with Alicia Edwards defeated the right hands, John Schuyler and Jason Hutch with Tasha Stills and Center and Sane, Travis Williams and Julius Arcardis and the Rascals, Train Winwell and Zachary Wentz, guys. And then we had Joy Threat lay out the challenge to her former friend and Spitfire tag team partner Dana Luna, which was good. And then we had a whole video package with the the Alakits brand, which was good stuff with the Alakits brand, which was really good stuff as well, guys. Let's talk about it. So Joy Threat faced Dana Luna, and Dana Luna gains the early advantage in this personal showdown, and Threat since to take the tide with a double knee, but Luna counters into a German suplex, and the fight spills to the outside where Threat lifts off the apron with a suicide, and Threat hits a top rope crossbody followed by a jackhammer for two, and Threat locks a near naked choke, but Luna makes it to the bottom rope, and Luna launches her off the rope with a German suplex, and followed by the Luna landing to score the victory, and that's how Dana Luna defeated Joy Threat. Then we had injury things with Mustafa Ali is day to day after since a bruise injury in the hardcore war at Bounds of Glory, you remember a while back. And then Jake Jake something is cleared after a sense of an eye injury at the hands of Rosemary and her poison mist at Bounds for Glory. And Mike Santana is cleared after a sense of injuries in his match with Trick Williams at Bounds of Glory. Then we had a little video package of Nick Nemeth, and Mike Santana, which was pretty cool with the whole thing for hyping up, I believe, Final Revelation. So yeah, guys, and then and all that. Then we had the the Collins, cool the Collins, you know, uh, and a spectacle and Primo, you remember Primo and a spectacle came back. So yes, guys, they're back, and they faced the Hardys in a street fight, which was good. Let's talk about it. So the Hardys, Jeff and Matt, faced the Coin, Eddie, and Orlando. That's their names in TNA. And anything goes in a El Paso street fight as the Hardys and the Coltons take things to the extreme, and Eddie chokes Jeff with a steel chain while Orlando assaults Matt with a chair, and not even Tom and Matthew are safe as both teams brawl around the ring and slide into the crowd. And then Jeff Hardy trips up Eddie, who was since up to the top rope. And then Matt hits Orlando with the twist of fate before Jeff sets him crashing through a table with the suicide bomb. And Jeff pins Orlando to win, and that's how they won. And then then they show a clip of an open fight from 2012 with AJ Styles challenging Bobby Roode and stuff. And then Sarah from WWE, Sarah from NXT hosted a since sit down interview with the TNA Knockouts World Champion Kalani Jordan, and Kalani Jordan explains her recent action as since that when she won the NXT Women's North American title, she was experienced and felt the need to people to please. And now, as the TNA Knockouts World Women's Champion, she does not need to prove herself to anyone. And after all, doing things the right way got her kicked out of the NXT locker room at NXT Gold Rush. Kalani Jordan will defend the TNA Knockouts World Championship against Jordan Grace and Xia Lee and stuff. Can't wait for that, guys, and stuff. And then the search for Mr. Elegance brings in, and since Munson or Ed Munson or Robert, the other country, but the Elegance brand is not impressed with the level of talent. And then Cedric Alexander wants to prove that he can hang with the best and challenge TNA World Champion Mike Santana. And then we had that, and that was the main event. And let's talk about it, guys, with Cedric Alexander and Mike Santana. So Mike Santana faced Cedric Alexander, and it was main event time for the open fight night as Mike Santana battles Cedric Alexander in a match build of respect, and Cedric Alexander hits a driver for two, and Mike Santana goes for the rolling buck 50, but Cedric Alexander counters into a German suplex and follows by a fisherman buster with a fisherman buster, and Mike Santana fires off the lumbar check and then hits the rolling buck 50 for a near fall of his own, and the action is back and forth as both men counter each other offense, and Mike Santana hits final spinning the block to pick up the hard fought victory, and that's how he won, guys. It was a great match, man. I'm telling you. Then the returns, what you call it? We're going to get, Elias, you never, his name, I'm getting stuck right now, but Elijah, you never, Elijah, Elias / Elijah. So yes, Elijah returns to a live concert, and then Cedric Alexander will face Jason Hutch, and much more coming this week, guys, and much more will happen. And yes, guys, I can't wait to talk more with you guys about TNA. So yes, guys, TNA, I'm telling you guys, you gotta watch them, guys. And they got freaking Friday. They got freaking Turning Point. I can't wait for Turning Point, man. There's not matches on the card yet, but I can't wait for Turning Point. I think Turning Point is going to be a good show this Friday for TNA. I can't wait to watch that. So I can't wait to see what goes on that card, because there's not really matches on right now for the card of Turning Point. But that's all I have to say, guys. And hopefully we get more of open fight night, because I loved it. I loved it, man. I give this show a freaking 9.5 out of 10. So don't forget to like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit those notification bells as always, guys. This is CJD 2006. Christopher Jackson, Denver 2006. And we're out. Peace out and take care. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit those notification bells as always. And peace out and take care.